Okay, hey y'all, it's me, Niecielynn again. We'll see if this works. We may have to have Micah splice that on the front. I don't know, we hadn't gone very far. We might just start again. So, hey y'all, it's me, Niecielynn. This is Flosstube 41 on October the 2nd. Yesterday was my sister's birthday. If you see Instagram, you see my Instagram stories, we all got together and got to visit and eat lunch at one of our favorite places. Mary and Cheryl and several of y'all had asked about this. This is Swedish weaving. It's the same as huck weaving. I'm just starting over again. So, I just accidentally stopped the video a minute ago. My Aunt Pat makes them. It is the same as huck weaving. You do it on monk's cloth. And why is it so dark in here? I had that light on. Lord have mercy. We ain't gonna worry about it. We're just gonna soldier on. It may be dark today. Sorry about y'all. Sorry about it. But she makes them and we love them and use it all the time. It's very heavy and warm. Mary said she was gonna use the fish alphabet to make their name above the fish tank if she won the fish thing, the fish that was the drawing for last week, which I forgot to grab, so. Oh my gosh. Okay, now, this is what messed us up. So we're gonna try again. Several of y'all, Elena, Beth, who is counting my stitches, Daryl, Virginia, Darlie, Virginia, Susie, Teresa, Clay, Joe, and Ava, all swear by the command strips. The command strips be hating on me. They will not work for me. And I'm not even gonna lie, it took me a while to figure out how to use them because I didn't notice that there was 2 pieces of Velcro stuck together. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? Where's the other piece of the hook or something I'm supposed to use? I don't get it. I finally figured it out. I don't know if it's because our walls are flat and kind of have a heavy knockdown texture on them. It's like a heavy orange peel or what, but it fell. So we went on a little walk because Patricia, like me, hers fell down. So we're gonna go on a little walk in here and y'all gonna have to, somebody gonna have to come give me an in-service on the command strips because. So there's the living room going by behind us and all my big pile of stuff we're gonna look at. And I'm running late because I started at 7:15 and I'm having to start again. So yike. This picture right here, I got the last time we were in NOLA, my sister Kim and myself. We had a great time. It's one of the mules that pull the carts that you can take a tour around NOLA on. It is a fun, fantastic thing. It's a little crooked evidently right there. But you can see right here where it fell and boogered up the frame. I got to get my Sharpie after it. But I have one over here and one over here, and it still fell off the wall. So I don't know if it's because we have a heavy texture and it can't get a good seal or what. But it fell in the middle of the night after it had been hanging 3 days, and James Williams and I like had a stroke. We're too old for that kind of stuff. This is where, you know, the magic don't happen as much as it used to. Yeah, well, you know, we're old. But see, it's over there, and there we are laying in the bed, and it goes crash down to the ground. There's my stitchy pillow and my stitchy lamp for when it's cold or something outside and we sit in here and stitch on the weekend while you watch us TV. So, but I happen to think some of y'all might not know all the kids. So while we're on our little walkabout here, this is the oldest baby, CJ. Here, this is his significant other, Wendy. They're down in they're down in Houston right now. He's working down there, and Wendy's working from home, and so she can go down there. And they took Luther, the little pug, my little grand pug, down there with them. So they're all down there in Houston right now. This is the baby, Keely, baby Keely Wildman. And so he's the oldest and youngest. This is the youngest. This is his wife, Bailey. We call her Bebe. She's the one that's expecting, and we're so excited. It's a boy. I don't know if I got to tell you that last week or not. But you see how, you know, ain't much to Bebe. She kind of light. So we may all have to be carrying Bebe around before she's through carrying this baby, because the baby probably going to outweigh Bebe. But it is what it is. We'll just put her on our back and go on. She don't weigh much. I can carry her a long ways. The youngest grandbaby, Ara Kyle. And, ooh, y'all, this is weird going the backwards. Kimmy James right here. So this was the first bitty girl. Second one, Ara Kyle. This is my middle baby, Micah. The only girl right here. And this is her husband, Justin. Micah was the first Princess Kimi. That's what I always called her. It's out of a book, Autumn Bridge, by someone with this beautiful Japanese name. But in the book, they say the name Kimi, Princess Kimi, means above equal in Japanese. I don't know if that's true. I just read it and I loved it. Just like Keely, I read his name and it means supposedly beautiful or handsome if you're a girl or boy in Gaelic, in Irish Gaelic. I don't know if it's true, but I thought it was a beautiful name. And so he got pegged with it. I don't know if he's happy with it or not, but. And then Justin, Micah's husband here. So here are 1, 2, 3 of my kids. And then there's a little count their blessings. But you see, I really still haven't put much on the walls around here yet. I hope I don't turn the camera off again when we go back in here. Here's another one of my arts that I love, this little bunny. I love some art. And we'll go back here because y'all had asked about the mantle. So see that I just don't have much on the walls yet, but it's a very, eggshell, it's a really flat texture, and it's a flat tone to the paint. But you see, it's got a lot of texture to it. And I'm wondering if that's why my command strips are doing me wrong. So, but y'all had asked about this garland. It is too little bitty crappy. I don't know if y'all can see that in there. Garlands that I had like wound together. And there's not much to them left anymore, but I was gonna try to get one more season out of them. So I had them wound together last year, but this year I had some, this raffia in there. But this year it was like real poor looking. So I just added this, and this is just swags of ribbon. I don't think there's a bow on here anywhere, just swags of ribbon. So it's one bow to ribbon. I think I got it at Joann's. It had to come from either Joann's or Hobby Lobby because I haven't bought Michael ribbon in a while because I have to go to Cedar Hill to get to Michael, so, or Mansfield. And then it was still looking poorly, so can you see those are just stabbed in there. These are just that I had in something else. I pulled them out and just stuck them in. These are those little cheap Dollar Tree pumpkins. Like the little orange foamy ones. The girls had one over there. See it? The girls had that one over there they're playing with. And this is just got scrapbook paper Mod Podged on there, a stick stuck in the center, and then this little leaf, this little burlap leaf. So I made these a couple of years back. There's my Dare song. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not making y'all sick. The little witch doll I made a couple of years back. She's a favorite. And then here is my All Hallows Eve and Ben Dot Watch from Blackbird. Both of those are up there. I haven't really done my complete Halloween decorating. The girls and I'll probably bust that out this afternoon. We may do a little, we might do a little clean and decorate with me just for fun, but we'll see. But Vicki and Barb had asked about the Blackbird stockings. Finish a Quilt has them. She is my haul today that I have buried here somewhere. Lordy mercy. We'll just do it real quick this so you can see. Let me see here. Does it give her address on here and everything? You always remind me to cover up my stuff. So here she is. Finish a Quilt. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. And there's her address, but she's Finish a Quilt, like one word, just like it is on here, but it's all one word on Etsy. Finish a Quilt. And I got my stuff super fast from her. Jerlyn is super sweet. I got some threads. I didn't have much purples. And so I got some red and some purples in here. And she also sent a little magnet and all the fun things. This I had to have. Goodbye Fall. Look at that from Plum Street. I should have took the wrapper off. Goodbye Fall with that little cardinal in there, and then there's this a little turkey and a cardinal and little blackbirds and acorns. Yes, acorns is in there, and it is dark. I don't know why. I turned off the light and the fan, but I didn't mean to turn off the light, so whatever. But that is fabulous. And then, y'all, I don't know why everybody ain't talking about this more. This is Sisters by Blackbirds. I've been meaning to get it forever and keep forgetting. But look at this chart here. At first cocks crow, the ghosts must go back to their quiet graves below. I am in love with that. I have so much Halloween stitching. We're going to talk about that too in a minute. But that is, I think, my only haul this week. Yes. So haul is kind of out of order, but oh Lord, now y'all are looking at the TV instead of me. I know I ain't no pro at this. So anyway, Patricia and I, Pam and I had the same problem with the command strip. So some of y'all help us out. Kathy says Deb at Country Stitches is doing Gilles Year 1898 too. So I watched her the other day, but I didn't catch it. So I've got to go back and look and try to catch that one. Doreen sent me, and I had not seen these, so I went, look, they're so cute. From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. She's doing the Autumn Bird pincushion, and she said, look at that Autumn Quaker. So those are two fall patterns from the Heart Needleart by Wendy. So cute. I'm doing the Halloween Quaker we'll look at in a minute, but those are really cute. So thank you for Doreen. Those are adorable. Kathy had asked about stopping the pin stitch. And it's buried over here somewhere. Let's see. If I can, I don't even, do I have a thread in here? Can we make this work? We might can. Let's see. We'll just go over here to the side. Let's see here. We're gonna get all the funny sounds this morning. Okay, because I know this has some thread on it. Ooh, who it do? Look at there. We'll just do a pin stitch on this right here if we can see it. Okay. All right, so here we are. I wonder if I turn it like this, if y'all can see. See where my last stitch was, okay. Okay, so this is gonna be my last stitch right here. And I'm hoping if it be really still, that it will focus. But I'm going to come up. I don't have my glasses on, so this is very funny. Okay, come on and focus. There we go. Okay, can you see the needle? So I'm right to the in between of the side here. So here I am. I'm in the middle. Come on, focus. I'm in this middle hole right here on either side of the X, and I'm having a hard time with this, aren't I? And then I'm going to go back under the center of the X with my needle. So when I start, I go up and down. Phyllis did show me that you can go on the diagonal and it'll work just the same, which is genius because then you've done your first leg. But now I'm getting off topic again. We're going to pull this on through. So that piece has just gone right under the center. And then you'll just do the same thing on your other side. So I'm going to poke it up here where I can see it. I don't have my cheaters over here, so I'm having to hold it down. Sorry, guys. If only my arms were longer, I wouldn't have to have the cheaters. I don't think that one's coming out right there. Okay. So then here we are coming out in the middle of the X. So we're on the other side of the X. And we're going to pull up, and I'm going to see if I can get it where y'all can see. And then we're going to go right back down in the center. So there we are. I hope y'all could see that. If not, it's not one that focuses good over here, I think, because there's not as much light. But here again, you can't pull it out. I mean, it's not coming out. So let me know if that's not okay. Message me and I will try to do one little close-up video and send to you or something. So I hope, Kathy, I hope that helps some. If not, holler, and we'll get it worked out. Okay, stitching in my stashes. She fills the nail holes with her wall and with toothpaste, and then sands it off, and then you can just dab paint on it, and it works fine. Why James Williams so crazy about it, I don't know. He's saving these walls for something. Okay, anniversaries. Good anniversaries this time. Y'all always have good ones, but there's one that's really, there's a couple of y'all this time real impressive. Julie Rose is 38 years. Brenda is 56 years. That's a lot. Patty's 38. Phyllis is 50. Linda is 58. Well, y'all are doing all the good. And then Davis Kathy. Kathy is, they're 62 years in retired military. So thank you for your years together and for your, please thank him for his years of service, and thank you because like I said, I think the whole family serves. It's a hard thing. So Thank you so very much, and congratulations on those long anniversaries. Cheryl had asked, have I thought about designing? I did finally give up on trying to get the chart, the little pin keep for the 4,000, the pumpkin pin keep I'd done. I got the PC stitch over there, and I got it in there. Now I just got to figure out how to get it out to everybody. So I guess because I did my one last week that I just kind of did myself, I have thought about it. It's the computer part of it that makes me go like that, because technology and I don't get along. That's why I've restarted my video, because I accidentally hit my hand with it and turned it off. Go me. Woohoo! Leave it to me. Any kind of technology, I can mess it up. One year when there used to be Kmart's around, I'd gone to Kmart and got stocking stuffers and a few little things for the kids, but mainly like 10 million little things. Socks, underwear, all kind of little stuff you put down in stockings. The lady got all my stuff rang up, and there is 9 million people on the line behind me. She got all my stuff rang up. Something I did when I touched, I don't know. I went to do my card, and I handed her my card or something, and we were all checked out, and something at the ending the transaction, I have bad machine karma. It broke the whole machine. The whole machine broke. The people in line behind me, well, they had just quit selling guns and ammo at Kmart then. Thank you, Jesus, because they'd have probably shot me dead, if not. So I probably have Rosie O'Donnell to thank for my life, because if those people could have run back there and bought a gun at the Kmart, they'd probably killed me. Because then they had to cart up all my stuff, move it to another register. All the people behind me had to move to another register. It was bad times. For several years in my life, when I would go into a store in the mall, when I'd go in and go out, not just come out like I was stealing something, when I'd go in, the alarms would go off. I got some bad machine juju. I don't know what it is. They do not like me. So, yes, I have thought about it, but the computer part of it really makes me all twitchy. So, we'll see if the computer and I can find a way to coexist hand in hand and mano a mano and love each other. Who knows? Barbara asked, do I stitch in hand? Yes, I do. I stitch in hand 99% of the time. I will get out a hoop sometimes just if my eyes are doing bad and I feel like I can gather it up and see it better sometimes, but I end up taking it out because we end up in a war. The hoop and we fight. I don't know. I can't, Q-snap, hoop, I've tried it all, and we end up in a war. So, and my charts, I prop up just like I have this on here now. Our notes are on here. And that's what I do. I just prop it up on here and set it on my little table or something, or set it, like we're in the bed, I'll just like set it next to me and leave it there. So that's how I do my charts, because most of them are on a, let me grab this one here. I just keep it on clipboard and then prop the clipboard on there like that. So that's how I do most all my things. All my things, like that. All my things. Okay, Lenore, I'm gonna send some midwife and nursing love out right now. Lenore's a midwife, ain't no telling how many babies she helped get here. So all the nurses and healthcare people, respiratory therapists and midwives, I'm gonna send some big love out to y'all this morning. Sharon, you know that's you, even though you're tired. Mela says, oh, and I did not get to go see her, but she said go, Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch is really good. And I did not get her watch this week, and which I thought I would, but I didn't. But she also sent me an article. We talked about my necklace that has the Noah's Ark on it, the Jeep Collins necklace. And I did not know his mom was a bag designer. Come to find out, I have some of her box bags and others, so it made me think I'd show y'all some of these that I have. I just grabbed two. This isn't an Enid Collins. This is and I don't even wash them off very much because I'm always afraid something will happen to them. And evidently we carried this somewhere because it has some like fortune cookie things in it. This one is by Gary Jewell in Dallas. The little latch has come off on this one. And I just wipe them off with a damp rag because I'm afraid to do too much. I'm afraid they'll let go. But then this, I have tons of these. I love these things. These box bags, and I collect them. I have a bunch in there in the closet. I do carry them sometimes. And this one says it's by Carol Nan, I think. I have several that say that. But it made me think, thank you for sending the Enid Collins article. I loved it. And then I saw these pictures of the kids and I in here, which things get stuck in there. There are the kids when they were younger at John and Rye's wedding. Hedgerow. That's another one of the same picture, Hedgerow. Sage Campbell and her kindergarten graduation. And then here are James Williams and the kids and I at John and Rye's wedding. So those were in the bottom of that purse. So thank you for sending that article. I loved reading it. I did not know his mom was a purse designer, and I found that fascinating. Because I love me some, I love me some Judy Collins jewelry. Anne had said we need to have a big NLC Niecielynn convention when all this is done, and I am in agreement. And that made me think I'm going to tell y'all my biggest fear is when things get opened back up and we can all go see each other again. Because I usually I remember people when I meet them. I remember their names and things. And so because I've met people in such a weird way, this is such a, like a strange way to what we normally do. I'm afraid that I'll run into y'all and I won't know you. And my brain won't say, oh, that's Lori in Colorado. She sent me the beautiful chart with the threads and everything. I'm afraid my brain won't make that right connection because in my brain I didn't meet you the right or normal way. And I'm so horrified that when we can all travel again, my brain won't hook up right with who everybody is because I haven't got to see your faces when I've met you. Because I feel like, we know each other. And so that's my big fear, is that when we can all get out and go about again, that my brain will betray me and I won't make the right connections and I would hurt somebody's feelings. And that would make me so upset. I would probably die from that, but because that would really upset me. So that is, yes, I can't wait till we can all see each other again, but I am a little bit horrified that my brain will do me wrong and not put the right things together. Naughty Bear wants to know who makes the Neptune's alphabet. I'll have to run grab it in a second because I left them all in there on the counter. I thought I'd grabbed everything down here and all this hubbub down in front of me. Colleen says her 4-month-old grandson likes watching with me and it makes him laugh. She thinks he has a crush on me. I said, no, it's just because babies like me. It's because my face is like a cartoon. It's like all the parts of my face are giant. I have giant mouth and I have giant eyeballs. So I'm like a cartoon and my face is always moving. So, my eyebrows and all this. So I think that's it. I think babies just always like me because they think I'm like some kind of a cartoon toy or something because my face is always doing something. Always doing something. So I think that's it, Colleen, but I'm sure he'll grow to have better taste as time goes on. I know my girls love me. They love them some Colleen because she sent some fun presents and they were like, ooh-wee. Brenda and Jana, who has her name spelled just like my sister-in-law, like out of the Bible, Janna, hang things with straight pins. So I'm dying to try this. And I think Jana said she even hangs like a queen-size quilt with straight pins across the top in the wall, and it just leaves a little tiny hole. So I gotta try this. I thought this was fascinating. So thank y'all for that because I'm just gonna try to hang something this afternoon and see what happens. Chris asked about my Land of the Lost. I love Land of the Lost. I love watching Land of the Lost. What could be more fun than to travel through time and go somewhere? Primo. So I love me some Land of the Lost. I do think my face looks like a sleeve stack. See when my hair's like this, especially when I got my faux hawk going on. See, that's why I gotta have Sage fix my eyebrows, because take these eyebrows off. Look at there. I look like a sleeve stack or the Geico Gecko. See there? Yep. Can't be living without no eyebrows on the face like this. Or lips. It's got to stay on. Lord. Teresa, oh my gosh, we were talking about episiotomy stories, which your baby should be at about 45 degrees this morning, Teresa, so she's getting a real fall weather up there to Denton. Teresa is Maggie Grace Creates on Insta. She has beautiful pictures she posts and very thoughtful sayings. So if y'all want to jump over there and follow along with her. She was also doing a photo thing that I started, and then as always get distracted and forget to finish. So go me. I think I got one day done. I'm the worst. But we were talking about the episiotomy, and I just thought it looked like the old guy was doing mine after I had Micah was like lacing boots. He was just and I could see his hand like that. And she said hers, doctor, was taking forever. And she's like, dude, what are you embroidering down there? And he said, yeah, I'm embroidering my name. And here's his name. Lord have mercy. Dr. Ethan Van Landingham Herring. Hated to have been him in kindergarten. I was feeling bad about being Denise Ledbetter. What if you'd have been Ethan Van Landingham Herring? You'd have never got your name wrote. So, at least he had a good sense of humor, Teresa, because I like that. I like the funny doctor. Vicki says she lives in dreary Erie. I loved when I went to Erie, Pennsylvania. I thought it was beautiful. All the beautiful buildings. The people were super nice. The food was a little bland because, you know, we spice everything up down here. That was my only complaint. And the okra plant. It's beautiful. It's right there on Lake Erie. It's so, so pretty. They have, and I'm gonna try to say, I think they told me you say it, Presque Isle right there. There was a beautiful cemetery in town. I'm a cemetery freak. I love me some cemeteries. Beautiful cemetery there. And but my mama worked up there for years at an insurance place, and she went back and forth every week on an airplane. They had an okra plant growing as a house plant, as a decorative house plant, like right there in the lobby. You know how lobbies have those big plantings and things? And I walked in, I'm looking at it. I said, Mom, is that an okra plant? She said, yeah, it's been here. They think it's a house plant. I said, oh. And you know what? I never had looked at it that way. It is a beautiful plant, and it had the little pod. It had a couple of pods on it even. I never thought about okra like that, but it was beautiful. So those are the only funny things. And CJ being horrified because he was still little. And you know, down here back then in the Bible Belt, they didn't have alcohol nowhere. Nowhere. You had to go to a liquor store to get anything. You couldn't. There was a couple of beer barns down around Fairfield and that where my mom's people lived. But up here, there was no beer barns. There was no nothing. You had to go to Rager. You had to go to like separate cities that had little beer stores, and they didn't even sell liquor there. So no restaurants. There were very few restaurants that sold alcohol, and they had to have what was called a club. You had to have a club card. And so they didn't, very few places sold alcohol, and nobody had beer signs or anything at all. And we would go in a restaurant, because of course up there, everywhere sold alcohol, and they had beer signs up and stuff, you know, and he'd go to bawling. And he was in, maybe he was 7 at the time. He'd get all upset. We can't go in there. It's a bad place. Because they had done brainwashed them babies about, if it was a beer sign hanging in there, it's a bad place and you can't go. I thought we was going to starve to death when we was up there trying to find a place he'd eat. I can only eat so much McDonald's, I'm going to tell you that. So, I loved Dreary Erie, Vicki. Hopefully I'll get to come see y'all again someday. Good grief. Oh, Jill, did you see the garland enough? If not, message me on Insta or something if you want a closer pick apart. Or if y'all want, like, I'm not a private person. If you want to see the garland or whatever, you know, I'm not private. Okay, Lorraine says, we were talking about the custom thumbnails and it picking you, YouTube always picking your bad face for your thumbnail, your little cover shot on your YouTube video, Flosstube video. She is also Rags to Stitches. So she's Rags to Stitches USA, and she has a floss tube. So those two I did not get watched. So Rags to Stitches USA, and y'all recommended Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. So they're on my to try to watch. I did get a little bit of watching done this week. Not much stitching, but a little bit of watching. James Williams pinched a nerve between his shoulder blades, which I know hurts. I've done it in my neck. It's a terrible thing. He came home on Friday, and y'all, he didn't go back to work till yesterday. It took everything I had not to skip down the driveway behind him when he was leaving. Y'all, him being here that many days is too much for me. It's too much. I can't deal with it. So I did not get as much stitching done, but I got a little watching done because I could put my headphones on and one ear, and while he's watching the TV, still talk about what's going on with the TV and stitch. But Aggie Rachel is from San Antonio, and I asked her to please go to Niecielynn. If y'all look at my Instagram stories from years back, or Facebook, I love me some Niecielynn. They're at the Mercado in San Antonio. It's fabulous, it's fun. It's got all these Christmas lights and decorations, and it's just like so over the top fabulousness. And eat me some of the little maranitos, the little piggies, the little pig gingerbread pigs. I love those dang things. They are so good. If y'all have a Mexican bakery around y'all, go get some. Boy, you ain't had nothing until you've had one of them little gingerbread pigs. So, Aggie Rachel, a shout out to you and all my Landez adopted family down there in San Antonio that are also Aggies, or part of, well, over half are Aggies. I have some in my family too, and so y'all all be sticking together. Phyllis told me about the diagonal pin stitch. So if this is we're just gonna use the back of this thing right here. This is and we talked about coming up through the middle and going down, and then coming up through the middle and going down to start our pin stitch. Phyllis does hers. You can come up and go out this corner and go back in and come back out your middle and go back down in this corner and come back. And then you're ready to do, that's the first leg of your cross. So you can do it that way too. On the diagonal would work just as well as the side to side. So I never even thought about it, but thank you, Phyllis. That made perfect sense to me when you said that. Oh, Kelly, the back of my tulip card says Riverbend Images. It is the most beautiful thing. And I'm gonna say it, Skagit Valley in Washington. Y'all know when I got to go for my sweet Hannah Cole's wedding, her and Mochi, when they got married up there, it was so beautiful, and it wasn't tulip time, but I was just in awe and just shocked at how beautiful everything was. And that picture of those tulips is so beautiful on that card, but it says it's from Riverbend Images. Oh, Jean also said to look at City Stitcher in Canada. So that's another one on my radar to take a gander at. And Tammy had asked about the ghost cat and pumpkin. Did I think about, and I may try seeing if the PC Stitch thing will recognize if I put a picture of it in there or something, if it'll do it. I don't know. I'm still kind of struggling with that thing. It and I don't like each other at all. None. Okay, we are going to go on to, let's do Stitchy Kindness real quick, because I think I can find it here. All right, I'm going to have to reach over to get some of these several times. So here we go. Here we go. Anne sent me this beautiful card. Anne and I send things back and forth to each other. But y'all, when Anne sends you some cards, I hope that's going to focus. You know you got something. Look at that card. It is so beautiful. So then she sent me that beautiful card. There's cards over there. The girls have some cards they haven't been here to get yet either. But then she sent me these to share. And I'm just gonna send to people because these are so cute. She said these are snarky ones, so only send them to people who like snarky things. If you don't like snarky things, I don't know if you can be my friend. Look at how fun those are. Anne makes the coolest cards. I'm always in awe when I open them up. So she sent me a card and a nice letter, and then those fabulous cards. And then my sweet darling, who shouldn't send me anything because I distracted her and made her sew through her finger, sent me this beautiful card, which I love. And look, y'all all have the best handwriting. When I send y'all anything, y'all please don't notice that I write like a serial killer. I do. It goes this way and that way and this way and that way. I'm like, my writing is like a serial killer. It's bad. She sent me these beautiful Madeira flosses, and these are cotton, but they're so shimmery that they really look like silk. They look so soft. And then she made me this bag. Look at this. Look at this beautiful bag. And look, it says right here, made with love by Darlie. How dang cute is that? I'm fixing to put my Hello Pumpkin, is that the name of it? By Liz Matthews. Quaker Pumpkins by Liz Matthews, that's the one in here that we're stitching together, and I'm fixing to start that. So I've got all the starts going right now. All the crazy starts. Sally sent me so many fun things. So many fun. And I'm just going to grab out a few over here because we'd be here all day. But here are some of the cute ones she sent. She sent this beautiful card in this big box of charts to stitch and share. This beautiful card from Sally. And then all the these months, so many of these months from Wendy, from the Heart Needleart by Wendy. Here's some autumn whirligigs. There's a whirligigs in here. Turkey Time by Lizzie Kate, so cute. Here is the Four Seasons by Lizzie Kate. Let's see what else. Oh, look at here, look at this one. Look at this little guy, it's Autumn Smalls by Lizzie Kate. And so that's gonna, this Enchanted Crow by Threadwork Primitives, which I love, and I have been meaning to purchase and have not got yet, so here we go. And this brings me to, and there's so many more in here that I will sort through and then share on, which brings me to my thoughts for this week. For this, I'm probably gonna just put a few stitches in on my samplers in October, especially right here at the beginning, and try to push through and finish a ton of these smalls and things so I can pass the charts on. And I don't have very many smalls decked at all for Halloween. So I have, which brings, we'll start with these guys. Yes, okay, let me find it. Where did I bury it here? Okay, I started stitching, we're going to whips. Here we go to whips. I've had these Lizzie Kates, I finally found them. My other card is a broom, and this is fall, okay? I have started restitching it. I'm gonna stitch it a little bit longer and skinnier because I have this scrap of linen that I wanna use. And so I'm just gonna stitch it more this way, then straight side by side because I love this piece of linen and wanted to use it up. But when I stitched these years ago, and I don't know if I can see good enough to tell what year it is, 2015. I did not know how to finish, so at all. I hadn't found bonus tutorials in. So here is on, and I think this is Garibaldi's Needleworks orange, this orange Ada. My other car is a broom, and here's this fall. And they're terrible finishes. The stitching's fine, but the finishing is terrible. I may take them apart and make them into little ornaments to go on the ornament tree over there. I don't know. This one has been sitting up against that black fuzzy spider, and it's got black fuzzy all over the back. But I have those two. I have the Hocus Pocus. It's okay. And I also do them in really, really bright colors. Treat Time, which I just finished the other week, and I haven't FFO'd it yet. This is it on purple. I think I may have changed some of the colors out, but not a ton. But that's, and I just put real bright stuff on the back and on the sides, super bright. You know, I was stitching super bright fun things for Kimmy James at the time for her to like. And so I put these down where they can, you know, they're not, so I may just not refinish. I may just leave them like this, but Fright Night. So these are all the Lizzie Kates, and I have these. So I'm restitching these on some different fabric in more, like a more, little bit toned down. Not with the purple linens and the bright yellow finishes and stuff. And I did not know to stitch over the rickrack. So if you're not a big stitcher, you can just glue that on. That's glued on with Aleene's. That's glued on with Aleene's sticky glue. Right there. But I have all these. So I want to share these, get these shared. So I thought the other day, and I started this one, so it just has my on there so far. But that, I'm going to restitch these guys and so I can share these on because these are adorable. They're fast little stitches, and I want to get these finished and share them on with everybody so we can all stitch them. I think some of them, or a lot of them, are probably back in reproduction, maybe at 1, 2, 3 Stitch. So I think they bought theirs exclusively. So unless you find a shop that has them from back in the day, whenever. I don't know what year this is. I thought it would say. It says number 505, but I don't see where it says the year on here. But unless you can find them just sitting in a shop somewhere, probably at 1, 2, 3 Stitch, I think they bought the rights to all of them. So that was one whip this week. I got a few more stitches in Autumn ABCs. So here's Autumn ABCs here by Little House Needleworks. I think everybody and their dog can stitch this. I think I'm just late to the game, like always. I started the scarecrow word. I've got the part of the O, the PQR, and the pumpkins. This little pumpkin was not showing up, and I don't know if it'll zoom in or not. He was not showing up good at all. And so I just back stitched around him. So it made him show up. It gave him a little more weight. So sometimes if you're stitching and it's kind of mixing in and you don't want it to, just try back stitching with the same thread. You can always back stitch with other thread, but if I just back stitch part of something with like black thread or 3371, then I feel like I need to back stitch everything. And I don't want like one thing to be jumping out. So, and I don't want to back stitch the whole thing. So, and change the whole look of it. So I'll just back stitch with the same color, and it gives it just a little more weight. And I think because of the different direction, the light hits it different, the different direction of the stitch, and it shows up a little more. So I was happier with that once I did that. And this is the colors. Here's my thread for this one. Y'all have to tell me if y'all like this kind of setup over here better or the other one, or the other way. That was some of the thread for that. Quaker pumpkin, no, Halloween Quaker by From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. I've loved and stitched on this, and I'm nearly done. So it will be in the share next week, I'm sure also. So this is Halloween Quaker From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. I didn't put the jack-o'-lantern face on my pumpkin yet. I did add purple to mine. I'm either going to put 2020 across here. I don't know. I don't want to put a jack-o'-lantern face, or I may just put a regular face on my pumpkin, not a jack-o'-lantern face. I want to leave it out. I love it so much. I want to leave it out all the fall, and so I don't want to put a pumpkin face, a jack-o'-lantern face on him. So I got a little purple in here, purple heart, and I did these like thistle here. So I've just got this one icon over here, the little border across the bottom. This border goes right across the bottom, and then just the rest of the letters, and I'm finished. So he will be a share next week. So he has been a super fun stitch. What was I saying? Did y'all hear that? Oh well. If it's a serial killer, he should have got here earlier. Because now I done got my makeup on, I ain't dying like this. He's gonna be in for a fight. Signs from Heaven from my sweet Lori with all the threads. I am loving this. I decided I wanted to do some of the back. I did some more of the border so I could do some of the back stitching. So I had the border done, but it has a little back stitch running right around the edge here. And it's done, I think, from here around. So I worked on the border some more so I could put some of the back stitch in, and see, it just makes it super crisp around here. So I just got here, so I got this done, and then I got the back stitch done on part of the border. So this is, golly, this is so pretty, y'all. I am so in love with this, with the colors on this. This is Coffee Club by Be Stitch Me. It is 28 count linen. When y'all asked if it was linen or even weave, it's the 28 count linen, and I love it. It is beautiful. It is stitching up fabulous. Look at these beautiful colors. when I'm coming undone over here on some of them. And there's my beautiful Charlie Harper Cardinal that, thank you, darling, for helping me out, educate me a little bit. I also had another start this week. Like I said, I'm trying to knock out all these Halloweeny ones so I can share them. Midnight Ride by Blackbird. This is so pretty. Shelly did have the linen and everything and sent me. This is, I think, called Prim Green by R&R. So I'm doing the little. It has this big piece and then it has the little piece here. So I started on this little piece. So I got the hat done and I started the border. So it's going quick, quick, quick. I did a little outline stitch, like that, whip stitch, and then did a little bow. I don't know if it's showing up. I turn it, oh, that, see? So I had made a little band on my hat and then put the little bow on here. And it's only 3 colors in the whole thing, but this is the Prim Green by R&R. Shelly does have it at Just Stitching. Of course, she gets everything out like that. So when I wanted this, and I was sending her some messages about stuff, and she got it. I said, hey, I need to order something, and she, chop, chop, got it in the mail. So I'm loving that, guys. I got to work, this guy's nearly done, and I'm so in love with him. Patriotic House Trio by Waxing Moon. This was from Ann and Nikki, sent me this chart so long ago, and I'm just about to have it finished. I got Flag, so I'll just go back in the red, and then my border, and we're all done. So I am loving this guy. I love this tree right here. I put off stitching it because I was so curly cues. I don't know, they just kind of, my brain don't like to think like, somebody about to get a whooping on my street. That's what I know. That's what that sound was a minute ago. One of these ladies on my street's gonna be throwing fits. Somebody's kids out there making racket. Lord. But I am loving it. It's nearly done. I'm gonna be sad to see it finished. It took longer than I thought. There's a lot of stitching here. I mean, I didn't think about it when I looked at it, but it's a lot of, it's not solid coverage, but there's a lot of stitching going on there. So he'll probably be finished this week too. So he's like super fun. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I had never stitched one of their designs before. So this was my first Waxing Moon that I know of, and I loved it. And now, may help it, oh, these are my threads for it. I did change the colors up some. I wanted a little bit lighter blue in there too, and I did a true red. They didn't have any true red really in my mind in here. I think that's used brick or something, which I love, but I wanted some of mine to be like red, red, red. So I brought in some red, 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 and I put in lighter blue in the bunting. So just to lighten it up, since I was gonna cram them together, I wanted it to brighten it up a little bit because I was gonna be kind of busy. So I wanted some bright colors. So these are the colors that go with Midnight Ride. So I will get it finished, and it will be it'll be a share. Y'all know I don't hang on to the ones, even my Blackbirds that I know I'm not gonna stitch again. Some of them I may stitch, like their song, I might stitch for somebody. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna, who am I kidding? I'm probably gonna let it go, but I think, I wanna be sure I don't wanna stitch it again. It was a fun stitch and it's so pretty. So, but most of them I don't keep, and like I said, my kids don't stitch. I just don't see a reason to keep them and have my kids throw them in the trash, because that's what's gonna happen. If I die or James Williams die, we get hit by a bus, my kids don't come in here, and I've told them, do not feel guilty about getting rid of my crap. I have my crap because I love it. If you don't love it, set it free. Do not let it weigh you down. It's the same way with your stitching, y'all. If you're working on something and it's making you want to pull your hair out and you're not enjoying it, y'all just set it free. Set it free. I don't see a reason. Now, am I saying quit everything you start? No. My kids, when they started something, they had to finish out the season. Okay, they had to finish the season out. But if you don't like playing softball, then you don't have to play softball again next year. Keely was one badge away from Eagle Scout. And he said, Mom, I'd rather work. I'd rather work. And he loves to farm. Even back then, he loved to farm. Do I wish he had pushed on and got it done? Yeah, sure I do. But in the grand scheme of his life, it ain't made no difference. It hasn't. He does very well. He does what he loves. I'm very fortunate. All my kids are able to work and work at things they enjoy. And so I'm just, y'all, life is too short to be drudging away at something. If you don't like it, I'm not talking about your health here. Do you need to get up and go for a walk? Get your butt up. Get your butt up and go out the house and get your walk in. Walk around if you can. If you're able, please try to take care of your health for everybody who can't. Okay? Be a good steward of what you're blessed with, and your body and your health is part of that. Okay? So there's my soapbox for the day. But this is our hobby. If you're not enjoying this, stop doing that one and go to another one. Pass it on to somebody. Cut the piece off you're finished and get on down the road. Don't feel guilty about that. You might buy a pair of shoes and they hurt your feet. Do you make yourself keep wearing them? I hope you don't. If you do, you need to call me because we need to have a serious talk about stuff. Real serious. That's ridiculous. Same thing with this. If you're not liking it, don't do it. Stop doing it. This is for fun. This is for fun. This isn't a chore. This ain't community service. You didn't get caught throwing trash out the car and now you got to go work it off. That ain't what this is about. This is a hobby. This is for fun. Enjoy it. Boy, I'm on my soapbox this morning. This is Miladys Needle, May Health and Peace. Y'all know I'm loving this piece with the beautiful threads, and it is so humongous. So here we are. I got these two flowers filled in. They had just had the outline last week. If you'll remember, these are just the outlines. And then I got the leaves on this one. So I did get a little bit done. I'm wanting to have one, maybe both of the samplers finished by December 29th when I start Gilles. So, and y'all, I did not, hold please, and I will run get the shares from last week. Okay, y'all hold on. I'm gonna scooch right back here. Hope y'all didn't have to look at my butt. Sorry if you did. Okay. I would have worked on with you, but I'd drop you if I try to pick things up at the same time as I'm walking around, so. Okay, here we go. Oh, and I got this shirt the other day. What do y'all think? When Mimi went to get her haircut, I took Mimi to get her haircut. It says fall breeze and autumn leaves. Love it. Okay, this was one, let's see. Melissa sent us all these, and now I've got to find where I wrote who the recipients of these shares are. She saved me last week because I left the chart in the other room. This Advent with all the little toys and it has a little everything in here you need is so cute. Loretta Henderson. If you will holler, Loretta Henderson, you are the recipient of this share. Acorn. Acorn was the word for this fall, this beautiful bow tie. And God, I don't know if y'all can see. These are lovely. Just look at that. This is the most beautiful. I may ask for this borrow this pattern back someday because that is beautiful. But I won't get around to it, so I feel like I should share because y'all are so great to share with me. And there's just too much for me to keep all these beautiful kits for myself, so I'm sharing some. So, Acorn goes to you, Edith. Edith McClanahan. You got Acorn. And then this is Harvest. Harvest was the word for this one. Teresa, I'm going to butcher your name because I can't remember it's Teresa Chuckle or Teresa Chuckle. When we say gum down here, it's chicle. So I don't know if it's Teresa Chuckle. I don't think it's a Hispanic word. But that's like we would say gum chicle down here, chicle. But so I don't know if you're Teresa Chuckle or Teresa Chuckle. But I'm sorry if I butchered it either way, but you Harvest is coming to live with you. Y'all look at the color of threads in there. That is so beautiful. These are the most beautiful things, Melissa. Thank you again. Now, Naughty Bear, this is Designs by Barbara Christopher. You had asked who made it, and I forgot to pick it up. Designs by Barbara Christopher, Neptune's Alphabet, and it is a Pegasus publication. But look at all those. There's clownfish, all kinds of things in here. Crabs. I thought I saw a little clownfish on there somewhere. Right there. Yeah. Tangs. I mean, there's just the most fabulous things on here. So this is Neptune's Alphabet, designed by Barbara Christopher, and it is a kit by Pegasus Publications. Look at those threads, y'all. Holy moly. And Neptune's Alphabet goes to Don Colbert. Don Colbert, you're the share recipient on this guy. And so y'all shoot me your addresses, and I'll go see Roger at the post office. Roger, a sweet post office guy. Any of y'all work at the post office, thank y'all. He makes my life so easy. I love Roger. There used to be a grouchy lady at our post office, and she was always bitter and grouchy, but she retired, and I would always be hoping I got Roger. When I'd go in, I'd always get the grouchy lady. I always figured I was supposed to try to make her smile, and I did. Usually didn't work, but I tried. But Roger is a dream. He is so sweet and so helpful. And then there's a young girl that's Micah's age that works in there. She and her sister are twins, and I can't call her name right off the top of my head. They're so sweet, and I take my packages in there, and you know, I don't know a hen from a hippo about mailing something. I just take my little parcels, packages, things in there, and Roger just says, is there anything breakable, poison, wet, you know, and then, I mean, and it is so affordable. It is so affordable, y'all. We have got to save the post office, because if I have to ship things UPS or something, it's more expensive. And I understand, you know, that they track everything and all this. We have got to save the post office. It's got to happen. So I love me some post office, and I'm behind you 100%, post office. Y'all make my life so much easier, and y'all are so sweet. So thank you, postal workers. Those are the shares from last week. This week, I got buried over here. I forgot to grab some of these from the other day. I'm gonna try to slide these out. Okay, I'm doing my other car is a broom in fall. I'm gonna do both of those this weekend here. And where's the other one that I already did? I thought I brought it in here. Ooh, y'all, I got a big old mess over here. This one, treat time. So treat time, my other car is broom, this fall squared, and the farmhouse will be the shares this week. So 3 Lizzie Kate's chart. So if you want the pattern for this one, make sure you use the word treat. No, I'm lying. This one's already gone. Holy crap. Where's the other one? Y'all. Poop. Here it is. Good golly, Miss Molly. Grab the wrong one. Fright Night. I'm going to restitch it. It won't take long. These are quick ones. So we're going to have 3 Lizzie Kates. So if you want this one, say something about fright. If you want this share, say car. If you want this share, say fall. Okay? And then the big one is farmhouse, because I already have this one. So this one, the Blackbird's design farmhouse, and it is so beautiful. But I already have this one in my Anniversaries of Heart that I'm gonna start and finish one day. So farmhouse, so make sure you use farmhouse. So farmhouse, fall, car, or fry for the shares this week. And I'm gonna try to knock out these Halloween ones so I can get them passed on real quick. So did I forget anything else? I feel like I forget something. Maybe, maybe not. It's getting to be daylight outside. It's about 8:30, so, oh man, we're right at 1 hour. So, y'all look out there. The sun's coming up and looking good outside. And, oh, you know what? I'll show, here, we'll go over here before we leave and look at the little tree. Somebody had asked about it the other day. So here are, and I think I showed these in my Finish-a-Palooza that I had from Diane at Kismet Stitches and Michelle Bendy last year. Got me to finish all these out for my tree. Most of these are out of old, just cross stitch magazines, the Halloween issues. These are Lucy Heaton's, I know. Look at this one. I love this guy. This guy here, but I think, except for this one, Micah hasn't taken it home yet. That's a Halloween hoopla for Micah last year. All three of these little girls are in an older just cross stitch. And this one, look, I can't remember who made this one. I want to say Praiseworthy Stitches, but I think that's probably wrong. And then we'll wander over here. Autumn. Oh, look, one of the girls put that on upside down. Lord of mercy. Autumn here by Cricket Collection. This was out of one of the Just Cross Stitch magazines. And I was going to make it for Daddy, but I couldn't make the truck look right, so I gave up. And then these are some of the Blackbird stockings. And these are done on 28 count. So you can see the difference in the size. See, this one is done on something smaller. And it's about the size they're supposed to be. But done on 28, they're bigger. But I still love them. I still love them. But I think that's probably, there's some of my art y'all had asked about before. There's some Jamie Hayes that I love. He's passed now. John Bramblett is the blind artist. CJ's met him and got me 2 pieces of his before. I'm sorry for the glare, y'all. I don't know what, oh, maybe like that. So he's a blind artist, which is he is a fascinating guy. You can find stories on him. I know about on NPR, on some of the podcast NPR. Like I said, there's Jamie Hayes. I have a lot of his artwork. I got to meet him, loved him. He passed this year. And then this is my friend John McKenzie. He does all kind of art. Like you can commission him, you know, to do art for you. And he does all kind of different kinds of art as far as not just the medium, but I mean, what style. He is very talented and super sweet and does fabulous things. So y'all got to see a little bit of my art and a little bit of the mess around here. And the girl should be here any minute. So I'm going to jump off here. I probably forgot 10,000 things, but oh well. So have a great weekend and enjoy your stitches.